I'm going to be showing something to you guys in the charts that nobody has talked about yet. So if you guys hear it later, you guys heard it here first. Hey everybody, it's Eddie here, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys why I believe that the Bitcoin bull run is not over yet, and I'm going to make a couple cases and why every single case that I share is a bullish scenario. Just keep in mind, this is not financial advice. I could be completely wrong, but in these markets, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And so in this video, I'm just going to share my plan with you guys. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. So I've introduced Wilbur to you guys before, so you guys know who Wilbur is, but we've got a new bird. This is Oliver. Oliver, say hello. Oliver is 3 months old, and they're going to be joining us for today's video. So throughout this bull run, I think everyone is trying to figure out, is it similar to the 2013 cycle or the 2017 cycle? And I think we can all agree that it's similar to the 2013 over the 2017. In 2013, we had a massive run up, and then we had a mid-cycle bear market. So we were kind of trading sideways for a bit, and then we had one last leg up. I believe that this is what's happening right now, and Raoul Pal actually recently tweeted a chart where he overlaid the current bull cycle on top of the 2013 bull cycle. If this chart plays out very similarly, then it looks like we're going to be trading sideways for the next 2 to 3 months. Now, when we look at the crypto fear and greed index with this recent sell-off, we hit a low of 10, and we haven't seen these kind of low numbers since the 2020 March crash. So this is the March crash. We can see that the market completely just fell on itself, but over time it did recover right away. So this was a V-shaped recovery. If we grab the bar pattern tool and grab the chart from the crash, and then just kind of get a general idea of how the recovery will be and overlay it on top of each other. When we look at the market structure, it's very similar in the sense that we had a dump, retrace, then a higher low, and then if this chart kind of plays out, then it looks like we'll slowly recover out and make a new high sometime at the end of August. Now, a lot of people have showed this exact example to show how Bitcoin can potentially have a V-shaped recovery like the March crash, but I don't think so. I'm going to be showing something to you guys in the charts that nobody has talked about yet. So if you guys hear it later, you guys heard it here first. And this is how I could see Bitcoin playing out for the rest of 2021. When Bitcoin was hovering around this area, a lot of people were bringing up the Wyckoff distribution pattern. People were talking about how it's very similar and how there was going to be a crash. Well, I believe that the pattern has completely played out, and we did hit the bottom of the pattern. So I looked back in the charts and wondered, when did this exact same pattern play out? And it didn't happen not too long ago. The first thing we need to acknowledge is that there is a run up. Then we create a high, a higher high, and a third higher high. Then we create a lower high. That's when we experience the next sell-off. Well, this exact same pattern is actually found right over here back in August of 2020. We see we have a run up, 3 higher highs, and then a lower and a crash. So what we experienced right over here is a larger version over here. Now, in terms of market sentiment, it was actually quite similar. I remember when we were hovering around the $9,000 range, we broke above 10,000. Everyone got excited. Everyone was saying this is the beginning of the Bitcoin bull market. Everyone buy Bitcoin over here. And all of a sudden, when we had a crash, everyone started to get very bearish. Bitcoin was trading sideways for approximately about a month and a half, and then we broke back above and then started the bull run. Very similar thing happens over here where Tesla buys Bitcoin. Bitcoin has a huge run up. Everyone is saying Bitcoin's gonna go higher, 80K, 100K. Everyone's accumulating Bitcoin around this range. Bitcoin dumps. Everyone is fearful, they're doubtful, and now we are currently trading sideways. So I'm gonna delete everything over here, and I'm gonna overlay this exact chart over here to show what could potentially happen. What we're gonna do is we're gonna grab it from the bottom of the pattern all the way until mid-December, and we're gonna overlay it over here. Now, obviously this is a lot smaller and this is a lot larger. So what I'll be doing is I'm gonna resize this chart so that it can overlay and fit on top of this one. If we overlay it on top of each other, it pretty much lines up identically. It's pretty crazy how accurate this is. Of course, it won't play the exact same way, but if we do see something similar happen where we do accumulate sideways for a bit, they'll most likely trade sideways until August, and we're probably not going to make new all-time high until September. Now, this is pretty much good news because I could accumulate more Bitcoin at a cheaper price for the next 3 months. If this happens to be wrong and Bitcoin continues to run up, well, that's fine because that means we're going to go even higher. We're going to be ahead of schedule. But this gives a lot of people opportunity to accumulate for the next couple months. If this plays out, that means that we're going to be hitting around $120,000 Bitcoin by the end of 2021. And I'm going to show 2 things why I'm convinced that we will hit those numbers by the end of 2021. This is the Bitcoin logarithmic oscillator curve. This is kind of where the Bitcoin rainbow chart was inspired. Stock to flow model was inspired. And when we look at this chart, there were only 2 times in Bitcoin's history where the price entered the red band of this curve. And that was back in December of 2013 and January of 2017. And anytime we enter that range, that was considered the blow off top or end of the bull cycle. Well, let's draw out a possible case for Bitcoin if the band continued for the next couple months and where the price would be. If this plays out, that means that we're going to be hitting this red band, this red range at the end of 2021 of December or the beginning of 2022 in January. Now, will this happen? I don't know. I really don't know. If this happens, great. If it doesn't, it's fine. Because for me, my exit strategy is going to be when we start entering into this red band, that's when I'll start exiting. Could a scenario happen where, things get a little extended and we hit the price target a little later? Of course. But to me, the most realistic price range for me to exit out of most of my cryptocurrency is when Bitcoin hits the $120,000 range, end of 2021, beginning of 2022, because that's how we had the previous market cycles play out. If you guys have been on my channel, I talk about this chart a lot, and this is where a lot of my investing strategy comes in. Bitcoin tends to follow the price of the stock to flow model, but there are times at the end where we do experience the price going a little bit higher, overshooting, and then cooling down. Again, there's the horizontal line over here. Bitcoin did shoot up, hit the green area, and then cool down. This horizontal line is in the mid $80,000 range, and I do believe that we will shoot up just a little higher, but not as high as the previous ones. Over here, Bitcoin is supposed to be at $5,000, but we did shoot all the way up to the $20,000 range. I don't think that this is going to happen this time, because if something like this were to happen over here, that means that we're going to probably hit close to a $250,000 Bitcoin, and I don't think we're going to hit that this cycle. I believe that we'll shoot up a little bit higher and we're going to hit that $120,000, $130,000 range. So with Raoul Pal charting the current cycle with the 2013 cycle, with the stock to flow model and my chart analysis, I do think that we're in the middle of the cycle and that we will continue higher for the rest of 2021 to the beginning of 2022, but it's going to require a lot of patience and discipline. Now let's play out a scenario where Bitcoin doesn't hit 6 digits by the end of 2021. Well, then I do expect the cycle to be extended and we'll probably hit it somewhere around the beginning of 2022 to mid 2022. But even if I'm wrong, I will be looking at the charts to make sure that anytime we enter that red zone, that's when I will be exiting out. I will be updating you guys on these videos and let you guys know when I do exit the market out. And let's just say I'm completely wrong. Well, that's going to be another video for another time. Well, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. If you guys have any questions or comments, let me know in the comment section down below. Hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully this will keep you, a little bit more calm and at ease and kind of allow you to see the market structure from a bigger perspective than a smaller time frame. If you guys check the prices every hour, every second, please learn to, put your phone down, put it away, enjoy life a little bit. Be wise with your investments, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Over. Good night, good morning, adios.